Yeah, morning traders. So we've had our reset, we've had our fun. We now crank up the proper start of the trading week with Asia looking like it's going to get off on a fairly constructive note at the moment. If we go into the leads for Asian trade and other parts of the financial markets, they are looking constructive. As I say, we've got the FTSE and the IBEX, probably the pick of the European equity markets, up 1.5%, 1.7% respectively. Volumes were predictably light, depending which market you're looking at. They were probably 20 to 30% below the sort of 30-day average. If we look at the FTSE in isolation as a lead for Asia, you can see that the energy sector was firing up 3.2% higher, financials are up 3%. In fact, it was only really the REIT sector that was down on the day there. S&P futures were open. They closed slightly earlier than you'd usually see. And you've seen a situation where there's been a really nice melt up from the sort of midday of the Asian trading session. The market's there, the S&P finishing up 1.1%, the Nasdaq finishing up something similar as well. Now, I will say that the market obviously very, very light in volumes. You can still make or lose money in a light volume market, but we've seen 40,000 SPUs traded hands. The sort of 15-day average is about $1.5 million contracts. So certainly, very, very light volumes playing through. But that move in SPUs really helping the FX market in terms of high beta currencies. Noki, CAD, Aussie working well on the day. The Japanese yen continues to be offered. It's the weakest currency on the day. So is the dollar. But generally speaking, the move that we've seen in the Nasdaq and also S&P futures resonating into slightly higher moves we've seen in those high beta plays there as well. A lot of focus in Europe. Christine Lagarde's been out on the wires. We've also seen Germany's biggest trade union trying to get 7 to 8% pay rises away, which of course has led to a decent sell-off coming through in German bunds. We have seen Italian BTPs widening a couple of basis points relative to German bunds, but generally speaking, nominal German bunds have moved up. We've seen the euro trading 105.46, 104.63. So something with a fairly tight range playing through. Crude's up 70 basis points, something I'm watching as we oscillate around that 50-day. Of course, the risk balls would love to see a lower crude price playing through. Now, what does this mean for the day? We are expecting Asia to fire up. We are expecting the ASX to outperform, calling it up about 80 basis points at the moment. Not a huge amount of data to really focus on today, but I think as we go into US trade, just after the open there, we've got James Bullard speaking, so he may give us some insights as well as the market fraternises on interest rates and inflation going forward.